Welcome to Move Over Mama, the podcast where we uncover what people were really like when they were a teen. And we are so excited for this week's guest. She is an ARIA award-winning star, discovered on reality TV, and now she's taking her first step into the musical world, playing Vivian Ward in Pretty Woman. It was a not big mistake, not huge mistake to invite Samantha Jade on our podcast. Welcome.
Oh, thank you for having me, guys. I'm really excited about this.
I'm so excited. I was looking you up like last night and I was like, oh my gosh, this could be such an amazing podcast.
I don't know who was more excited, me or Millie, to be honest.
Aww.
But Samantha, I hand over the reins to Millie, so this is my point to say, Millie, are you ready for me to move on over?
I'm so excited. Thank you so much, Samantha, for coming on here. I'm so excited. Like I've said like a million times.
I'm very excited too.
So what were you like as a teen?
I think that I was quite a good girl. I was quite a good teen. I had a bit of a weird teen life because I lived in Perth and I grew up in Perth until I was about 16 and then I moved to LA.
Yeah.
So my teenage years were really spread out, over different places and I was working for a lot of them. Yeah.
So why did you move to LA and what was it like moving as a teen?
It was a little hard because all my friends were still in Perth.
Yeah.
And they were all, discovering who they were together and, having teen experiences that are so important. And I was basically in a studio writing music and recording songs and going on auditions for acting. And it was just, now I look back and I'm like, it was my life. It was so normal to me. But it was weird, especially to my friends, who were like, oh, I'm studying and I'm like living in LA. Like it was, especially back then too, especially Perth as well.
Yeah.
I'd never even been to Sydney.
Yeah.
So it was just such a big move. But I went over there because I got signed to a record label over there.
Wow.
And basically it was a really big label. They had people like Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake and Pink and all of the people I wanted to make records like. And so, my family and I moved over.
What did you do for school, like moving to LA?
I basically finished in year 11. I was like, I know what I want to do.
Yeah.
I know who I want to be. And I was never great at school anyway. I was always better at music.
That's one of the questions here. And Selena Gomez just got married and I was watching her social media and she never got to do her formal or her prom. Yeah. So her husband recreated it for her, Benny, which I thought was so cute. Do you ever feel like you missed out on some things like that?
I do actually. Now that I'm older and I can realize, you can look back. Yeah, I do. I always wanted, because I had been drawing my ball, we call it a ball in Perth, dress, I reckon since I was 13.
Aww.
And then I never got to go. And I remember all my friends sending photos of themselves like this, and the way they'd send them is, I think they'd have to take
MSN or something like that.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what it was like. So it was a really blurry version. And I was like, oh, I wish I got to go to my ball. So that is something I definitely missed out on. Yeah.
Do you ever wish that you did in your early teens, you did miss out on a lot because you were, chasing your dreams and starting your career early?
It's really tough, right? Because two things can exist at the same time as for everything. I'm so grateful because I don't think I would be able to be where I am today without that head start. And also I wouldn't be able to appreciate it in the way that I do because it started so young and there's been so many ups and downs. Yeah. But I also sometimes go, oh, God, I really did miss out. And there are things that I wish I did get to do. So, I'm in two minds about it. Yeah.
Can we go back to the beginning and discovering your voice and getting to that teen journey that then took a different turn?
Yeah. So I always sang, always around the house. And my mum would always say to me, if I wasn't singing, she'd be like, what's wrong? Something's wrong. Something's off. Because it was just my way of expressing myself and it's my sole purpose for me. It makes me happy in a very deep way. And so I was, always singing. And then I think at one point I was like, is this what I actually really want to do? And back then it was called video hits, and you would watch all of the videos of all the stars and I would record it every week. And then I would learn every dance move and every riff that they would do. And so I was like, I want to do that, I think. And I think for the first time when I sang in front of all my family, they were all like, you're a little good at this.
Yeah.
I feel like this is not just a normal person, like, you know, just singing at a family function. And yeah, and then I started to do like talent quests, and yeah, it just kind of got bigger and bigger.
Did you have like a natural like singing talent? Like, do you think it was natural, but then, you know, you did singing lessons to build it?
I think so. I think that I only ever did 5 lessons in my life.
What?
Yeah. Crazy, right?
Still to this day, only 5.
Yeah. So I think that I learned, like, my version of singing lessons was just listening to records.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
I would just listen and over, not just like a normal way of listening where you're like, oh, I love this. I would listen to what's the harmony, how do I do that riff, what are the backgrounds in this song, the counter melodies, and I would just try and recreate Mariah and Whitney riffs all day long.
So you're self-taught essentially.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And I do believe that I think you can learn to sing, but I think it's a thing that you have or you don't.
Yeah.
I really do.
I think that too. I think a lot
Yeah.
of people that have come on here that are singers
Yeah.
have all said that they've had that kind of natural singing talent to
Yeah.
start off with, and it's built.
Yeah.
So there's no hope for you or me, Millie.
Yeah. Mine's definitely not natural.
I'm 48 and still doing singing lessons. Hoping that one day I'll wake
I
up and
love it.
sound like Mariah.
I'm sure you will. Come on.
Never. You just touched on school and that you didn't love school.
Yeah.
It's a hard
Yeah.
one. A lot of teens don't.
Yes.
So can you talk about that?
Do you know what I wish though? It's crazy, and this is a great lesson that I wish that I knew then. I didn't love school because I just wasn't very academic. I loved English, actually. I loved English and I loved drama. So obviously, you know, I'm a songwriter and a performer, so that worked out for me. But I just never loved the studying side of it. I just knew I wasn't going to be good at science or maths or any of those things. But what I do really, really wish I knew then is that you do use skills that you learn. You really do in your life. That I'm like, God, I wish I listened more on that. I wish that I listened when it was the learning languages, because those are things you really use. And I wish I enjoyed it more because you go to school, you're with your friends, you're with your people, and then you're just not. You just don't get to see them as often because life happens.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there are things that I'm like, oh, I wish I enjoyed school more.
I wish that for Millie too.
Yeah.
And I think it's only hindsight.
Yes, it
Because
is.
she will come home, she'll be like, I don't want to go to school.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you don't get it.
Yeah.
It's such a beautiful time.
It is such a beautiful
and
time.
I do say to Millie, I don't care
yeah.
your scores.
Yeah.
I just want you to learn to love learning.
Absolutely.
And I want you to be with your friends
Yeah.
every day.
And there's so many skills that you don't even realize you're learning about people.
Yeah.
And people skills are so important.
I do think about it, and I'm like, I get to see my friends like 5 days a week, every single day, and like,
Yeah.
you know,
You
I do
will miss
anything
that.
to see my friends 5 days
Me
a
too.
week.
Oh my gosh, me too.
but
We're like, love it, Millie, love it.
yes, I am okay, and I will.
Yeah.
But I just feel like sometimes I'll be
Yeah.
sitting in science and like I could do so much better things right now. Did you feel like that?
I think what it was, and I was always very good in school. Like I listened, I wasn't naughty.
Yeah.
I was like a rule abider, you know. But I just knew it wasn't going to be what I was going to use. Definitely science and maths. Oh God, so bad. But there were things in English that really ended up helping me with songwriting that I'm like, God, I wish I actually listened a little bit more.
Yeah.
So how'd you go with studying and doing your homework when you had so much other after school things like singing?
Yeah, I remember that's when the fights happen, right, with your parents. My mum would be like, get in that room, do your homework. I was really lucky. My dad is so patient, and he would sit with me for the hours that I needed him when especially when it came to like maths and the things I didn't like.
Yeah.
He would sit with me for hours to go through it. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a struggle when you're not interested in it at the time. But I made sure I did it because it's a really good life lesson that your life will be full of things you probably don't want to do. You know, different jobs, different things. And if you can find the drive and the patience, it's a really good life lesson.
It seems like you've had such amazing, you know, advice from your parents. What were they like from, you know, that point in your life?
They were, I was really lucky. I had really, really great parents, and not everybody's that lucky, and I'm very aware of that. I was just, thank you for whatever you believe in. Thank you for that, because they just loved me, and I always knew that they would love me no matter what. Yep. And I wanted to make them proud, and that's probably why I was like good in science and maths, even though I didn't like it, because I was like, I want to make them proud. But I always just felt so loved and accepted and able to be who I am. Yeah. And that is something that, I just don't take for granted at all. They were really always there for me and always believed in me more than I believed in me. Still do. My dad still does.
Yeah. It must have been scary for them too.
Yes.
Because they had to make some really big decisions for you in a really scary world. And by that I mean the recording music industry world. It goes well for some child stars and not for others, drug addictions and things like that.
Yeah.
So why did you point at me when you said drug?
I'm not saying I'm trying to say to
what
you,
not to do.
You've got to be careful what you wish for when it comes with fame. And we've seen that in so many. You mentioned people like Britney Spears before. That's your era, and you've seen her life go one way and others go another. Well, just for example, Justin Timberlake and her, same time, same experiences. One is okay and one's not. So how did they manage that?
I think that we always had a very good relationship with me being able to share how I feel, especially my feelings. God, I'm an artist, so I have a lot of feelings. But I was able to really speak to my mum and my dad. And my mum especially, I think, really the line of like, I'm not your best friend, but I also am. Like I'm your parent and your friend. And I'm that would be so hard. I take my hat off to parents. Like I can't, how do you do it? But it's really important because those moments where she had to just be my mum and I'd be like, I hate you. I'll give you an example. So I had someone in the industry, and this was a long time ago, say that he could take me to meet Pharrell. Back in the day, Pharrell was this huge music producer. I was like, oh my gosh, he did that song Boys for Britney. I was like, oh my gosh, I have to meet him. And my mum was like, great, yeah, we'd love to come and meet Pharrell. And this person was like, no, I can only take Sammy. And I was 17 or 18. And my mum was like, no, she's not going unless I can go with her. And I thought my mum ruined my life. I was like, I'm not talking to you. I didn't talk to her for a day. I was so angry. I was like, oh my God, this could have been my moment. And then I look back and I think there probably was no Pharrell. Who knows? You don't know in those situations.
Yeah.
But so many times I think, and that's just one example, I think there's probably so many more that she really saved me from. So, it's a real thing where I'm like, she was doing a lot of, poor mum, a lot of behind the scenes things that I didn't know about.
Yeah. You want to be my best friend a lot, Mum.
You are my best friend.
Yeah.
But I know exactly what Sam means by you want to be your best friend, and that'll come too.
Yes. Oh God.
Once I get you through this
difficult
teen time, it'll come.
Yeah.
I just have to be patient and wait.
Yes, it will come.
Did you have like a first job, or was it just singing?
No, yeah.
Really?
My first job was singing. How crazy is that? Because when I moved back from the States when I was 24, I think I was, maybe a bit younger, I had nothing on my resume. Like I was like, I am a singer, songwriter. That was kind of it.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get a job. Like, because I couldn't do anything else. And then my dad, luckily, where he was working, was like, you can count stock. And I was like, done. I can count. That's something I can do.
So you went from like singing to working in like a warehouse.
In a warehouse, yeah. Because I went from being signed, my deal fell through. I sang on Glee for a little moment, that TV show we'd do like background vocals for, and then I would like do that and do demos, and then I just didn't have a visa anymore, and I couldn't afford to be in America, so I was like, I need to come home, and I need to get a job to kind of go back and to buy my clothes and my outfits and have fun, and and my dad was like, this is what you can do. So I did that for a little while. Yeah.
I'm glad you did though.
Yeah, me too, because I think it was really important for my growth, because I would have not known any different. And and also going, I really want to be back in music, so I'm going to have to work really hard to get back there.
What were your big role models as a teen?
I think like I've always looked up to obviously people in my industry. And for me, and this is going way back for you, but Audrey Hepburn was always someone I looked up to. She's like an olden day movie star, so beautiful, so classy. She always kept her class, and she did incredible things in her career that afforded her to do charity work and things like that, that if you're lucky enough to be able to do that and use your platform for good, that's really an amazing thing. And so I always looked up to her growing up, and my mum, she really was she was a magical human. She would walk in a room and she would make everybody feel so special because she wanted to hear their story. And I really love hearing people's story too. Like I love, probably always too many questions, but yeah, so those are probably my role models.
Did you have like posters of your role models in your room? Like what was your room kind of like?
Yeah, I had a poster of Audrey Hepburn that my mum, because most girls my age did not even know who that was.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, that's who I love. And then obviously Britney, Christina, who wasn't me? Mariah, Whitney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whitney.
All the big, oh my God, Whitney, loved her so much. And Brandy, loved her. Just great singers. I always loved great singers.
Have you had a chance to meet any of them?
I met Brandy.
Yes.
So cool. I froze. Didn't know what to do with myself. I met, how's this with Britney? Because Britney was always like, we were signed to the same label. We had the same A&R, same marketing manager, same team.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
And so I was like, I'll definitely get to meet her. And I never got to meet her. But we were always working with the same people.
Yes.
And so I would get to the studio and she would have just left, and there would be things that she would have left there. And I'd be like, is that Britney's like water bottle? Yeah. I was like, oh, so cool. Yeah, and they'd be like, yeah, that's hers. And I would not take it, not like that. But I'd be like, oh my God, she was just here. So it was always like this. And she was the person I wanted to meet. And it never happened for me.
Do you do like, vision boarding or manifesting?
My gosh, yes.
To
my
be
mum.
in your career, surely you'd have to have goals.
Yeah, I need to do it more. My mum was the biggest like vision board, like back when it wasn't cool too. Like now it's like a thing that everybody really knows about. She would have things on our mirrors, my brothers and I, like, believe in you, have a great day, like that kind of stuff. So cute. And we'd be like, what is this stuff, Mum? She's like, if you read it enough, you start to live it. So yeah, I think just always, without even knowing it,
Yes.
I do that kind of stuff. Yeah.
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, it is. And it's so fun to do together. We used to make vision boards together, get magazines and cut things out. And before you know it, you're talking about your dreams and your goals. So it's a nice activity.
And it happens in increments. So if I talk about the podcast, we wrote down a big list, didn't we, of who we'd like to interview for the podcast. And then we've written it on a board. And it's amazing how slowly
you're crossing names off. Yeah.
I mean, not the huge names yet, but
it'll
someone
happen.
like you sitting here.
It'll happen. No, it's true. I looked at my vision board that I haven't made one lately. I need to do another, but from a few years ago. And 3 of the things on there happened, and I was like, oh my gosh. I didn't even realize. And I was like, that's actually crazy that's happened later. Yeah, yeah.
So you said that your mum was like your favourite person. She was your role model. And what was it like to lose someone that you loved that much in your life?
I mean, I don't think you can ever prepare for something like that. Do you know what was so weird? When she first got sick, because she had cancer, and she went in one day to the hospital, and then she didn't come out. So 6 months of us living in the hospital. And my mum was a really young mum. She had me at 23. She was like life of the party, absolutely gorgeous, and just the best, and super healthy. So it was just such a shock. It was such a shock. You never know. But I would see, when she got sick, I would see girls hanging out with their mum, and I'd be like, oh, I'm not going to have that. So my thing is always to people like, appreciate the time you have and do all the things and go on all the trips together and have the mum and daughter things. But she was really, she had lost her mum. So it was always something she spoke about. Weirdly, isn't it crazy when you look back?
Yeah.
And so, nothing prepares you to lose, especially the person who brought you into the world. That's what's so weird. Like, the person who brought me into this world isn't really here, and I can't ask some of the questions I want to ask. So my thing now with my dad is that I ask everything.
Yeah.
I'm like, just so I know.
Yeah.
You know, if anything ever happens. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's hard. It's been hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it like getting like told that you're such like a mini Kylie Minogue to
Oh,
then
yeah.
like kind of like playing her?
Oh my gosh, how weird, right? So I used to work at this place called, when I went to Sydney, and I was about to be on X Factor, I had auditioned.
Yes.
And then I was like, I have to get a job. Like, I have to actually get a job. And by then I had one thing, remember, on my resume, was working with my dad. And I got a job at this place called the Makeup Store.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I can do this. I can sell makeup. I love makeup. Every time people would come in, they'd be like, are you a Minogue? And I was like, oh, no. And they're like, you look like you could be a sister of the Minogues. And I was like, oh, okay. And then later on I met Danny. I can't remember what I met her at, but she is so sweet. She like sends me dresses.
Oh.
She checks in. She is so kind. I love her so much. And she said to me when I was in front of her, I sang for her Petites range. She had a Petites range at Target. And she was like, yeah, no, I can see that you look like us. I get it. And then I played Kylie. Yeah.
Well, we went to the Kylie Minogue concert
Oh,
and
was
so
it
many cute
amazing?
moments. So
Yeah.
we reached out. She was here in Queensland. So we
Yes.
reached out to come on the podcast.
Yeah.
And just such a kind person, rather than saying no, because
Yeah.
obviously
There's a million things.
There are a million things and we're not there yet. But come to the concert. I'll get
That was
emotional
so
because for me it was
nice.
a moment too,
Yes.
because we went to pick up our tickets. It's just so nice of them to do this, wasn't
Yeah.
it? We went to pick up our tickets and she'd signed things for us, gave us her wine.
That is
The
so
seats
nice.
were
How good's her
amazing.
wine, by the way?
So lovely.
Really good.
So
Yeah.
lovely. Millie hasn't been able
Not
to
yet.
taste it.
Not yet.
But then because Millie didn't really know her.
Yeah.
Because I was like, Millie, this is like big. And we'd just
Yeah.
been to Taylor Swift.
Oh, yes.
Can I say what she said? So, okay,
Tell
so
me.
you can't remember?
No.
So we're sitting at the concert
Yeah.
and we'd just been to Taylor Swift and that was a whole experience.
Yes.
And then we get to Kylie and it is a Kylie concert. Everyone's dressed up in the eras.
Oh, yes.
There are, drag, gays,
Yeah.
women,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And Millie said, oh, Mum, I get it now. She's like an old person's Taylor Swift.
I love it. I mean, you are 13. It makes sense. Yes, I get it. I mean, even when I was playing her,
Yeah.
I was playing her before the year that I was born.
Yes.
So 87. Yeah, because my mum was a really big fan of Kylie.
Yeah.
And I feel like I kind of, big fan, but those early years I missed.
Yes.
You know, but she's one of those artists that's just stuck around and she's
Yeah.
always reinventing herself. And
Absolute icon.
Yeah,
and
icon.
I think what Millie meant to, and I'll talk for you and you can, when we went to Taylor Swift,
Yeah.
it was not only the big, beautiful concert that it was with the costumes, but there was an element of safety.
yeah,
The
Yeah.
whole stadium felt safe to Millie.
that's so nice.
And that was the same at
Absolutely.
the Kylie concert. Safe to
Yeah.
be you,
Yeah.
safe to express yourself, and just a safe, little go. You can go to the bathroom on your own.
Yeah.
This is a safe place.
Yeah, place.
Is that how you
Yeah.
And that's so nice because it's a little rare these days. So yeah,
For women.
it's nice. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And those are the artists that you love, right? Because that's all you want to feel. Everyone just wants to feel loved and accepted. And if
Yes.
artists can do that, they're doing something right.
Have you gotten to meet Kylie?
I have never met her.
I can't even believe that.
I have never met her.
What?
But we've spoken on the phone.
Okay.
That's
a meet.
At a
I'll
radio.
take that.
Well, yeah, we'll take that. And she told me that she approved of me playing her and that I was like, oh my gosh,
Yes.
amazing. That's all
Yeah.
I've needed. Yeah.
Well, then we should move on to Pretty Woman.
Yes.
Did you, when you're being cast as Vivian, is there any chance to ever meet Julia Roberts?
Oh my God.
How does that
I'm
work?
going to tell the team that needs to happen. I mean, I wish. Honestly, this movie, it's crazy because I watched it with my mum. And because the movie came out when I was 3, I think. So I hadn't seen it, obviously, until I was older. And then even when I did see it when I was older, my mum was, covering my eyes for a lot of it. But it was one of our favourite movies because we loved rom-coms. That movie, Father of the Bride, My Best Friend's Wedding, Notting Hill, a lot of Julia
Yeah.
films actually. And we just always watched it if it was like a rainy day or if, anyone's sad or all of those things. And so it's so weird that this came about. So it was the 10-year anniversary of my mum passing last year. And so I was watching those movies a lot just for comfort. Yeah. And then this this audition came about, and I was like, I'd never done musical theatre except when I was 13. And I was like, maybe this is the one. So I just felt like all the stars aligned.
I feel like that too.
Yeah.
You? I believe in signs and
Oh,
stars.
absolutely. Yes, me too. Yeah.
Aw. So your mum would be so proud of you being in this.
Oh, God, she'd be front row every night. Yeah, I'd be having to get her tickets for every night, I think. She would love it, yeah.
Like I was when Millie was in Billy Elliot.
Oh, my God, yes,
Yeah.
that's so cool.
I became a stage mum, backstage.
I get it.
Looking after the kids just so I could be a part of
Absolutely.
every single bit.
Yeah.
Helped with the social media.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
It
good. Well,
was-
you know the world, yeah.
I was just so proud of
cool.
her. Yeah.
That's so nice.
Vivian is such an iconic character,
Yes.
and especially to play.
Yeah.
What is some of your favorite little parts of the musical that you're so excited for people to see?
Okay, so obviously in the film there's an iconic part where she is in the bath. And we actually do the bath. Obviously it's not water because that would be impossible, but it's very cute. It's a very cute scene. So that, I mean, the beginning outfit, the blue and the white with the little hat and the blonde wig, I'm so excited about that part. I mean, the costumes are so iconic.
Yeah.
They're so iconic. So there's all of that, but I think what's really cool about it is the music. The soundtrack is so great. The soundtrack is, you're going to leave and be like, oh my gosh, I remember these songs. And
Great.
and it's a newfound love for the soundtrack. So yeah, I can't even think about it. Every day that we run it, it's a new part that I love.
Yeah.
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 So good.
Oh my goodness.
And you've done it so quick as well.
I know. I was talking to
quick.
Millie before, 3 weeks. So insane.
So can you tell me about the rehearsal process? And I know from my experience with musicals, it's very fast tracked. So what's your experience
Yes, I
been?
know. How fast is it? It's
So
like
fast.
when I read the schedule and they're like 3 weeks, I was like, what? Is everyone rehearsing without me? This feels crazy. And weirdly, here we are. Like we know it.
Yeah.
The first week we concentrate on Act 1, the second week Act 2, and then you run it. It's weird how much we can remember.
Yeah.
Like you look at it and you think, I'm never going to be able to do that. And now I like know it. I'm like, how? Yeah, it's fast. It's fast, but it's also so much fun because you are learning at such a fast, pace. But then you're going to run it for a year, hopefully.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Where's the musical planning to go, like around Australia?
Right now, we're definitely going to Brisbane and Sydney, and hoping to go to the rest of Australia.
Now, I'd love to talk about the
Yes.
X Factor because I
Yes.
watch every single one of the videos from, you being at the bottom two to you winning it.
Yes, it was a
It's so,
journey.
I've got so many questions. So did you
Go
have
ahead.
to rehearse the song? Like every week was a different song?
Yeah.
Well, can we go back?
Yeah.
Why did you decide to go on it? Was this
yeah,
was this
sorry.
like
Yeah.
you're working at the warehouse and I've got to reintroduce myself to the Australian media?
Do you know what it was? It was my last shot. So I had never been in the Australian media kind of, because I was like an industry kid. Like I'd lived in the States. I made a record that never came out. I think I had one song on this movie called Step Up that had come out, called Step Up, the song. And that had come out, but no one really knew it was me.
I didn't know it was you. I'm sitting
Oh.
here shook.
So many people knew the
Okay,
song and
yes.
the film, obviously, but they didn't know I sang the song. Yeah, people still don't know. And I'm like, yeah, that actually was me.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'd done that, and that was kind of it. So, and I'm working at the warehouse, and I was like, I'm going to give it one last go, and I'm going to try a show because I feel like Australia really embraces people that they can be part of the journey of. And these shows you can. It's from the very start to the hopefully end, how far you get. And I think Australians we really like that. We're like, we want to be
Yep.
there the whole time. So I was like, okay, I'm going to try it, see how I go. No promises. Let's see. Went for the first audition, had the biggest stress rash of my entire life, like going, I get stress rashes when I get nervous. Yeah, it's terrible, like red blotches everywhere. It's so terrible. And I was so nervous. And every single week I was like that.
Yeah.
Because basically every week you have to learn a new song and you learn it within that week.
Yeah.
And you learn the choreo and you learn the lyrics. And yeah, it was very good practice for what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
Because things just sit now, which is good. But yeah, it was a crazy experience. And back then, because shows now, they film them and then they only air months later. Like when I did Dancing with the Stars, I filmed that and 6 months later it aired. So I knew that I didn't know if I'd won
Because they do the two endings,
Yeah.
don't they?
So I was like, had to wait with everybody else.
Yeah.
But this X Factor was live. So it was very different than what it's like now, because you're in the moment and you're being discovered by the public as you're discovering yourself.
It seemed
it's
like
crazy.
you really were getting discovered by the public at that point, because I remember like guys saying like, this song that you just performed is now everyone in the world is now raving about it.
That's right.
Like-
Yeah, I did a version of Heartless.
Yeah.
And it had gone number 1 and I didn't know because we're not really on our phones because we're live on TV. And I was like, wait, what? That just happened? And it was cool. I kind of wish, to be honest, that things were like that again, because there's a buzz about that that's why theatre's going to be so great, because it's live and you're in the moment. There's a buzz about that that's really cool.
It's like you're kind of there as well. Like, you know, it's like you're just all as like off your seat as everyone else
Exactly right. Yeah, it's happening in the moment. Yeah.
What was it like for, you know, the judges to, you know, say your name that you've won, or like each round? Like, were you looked so shocked.
I was.
Yeah.
That was real.
Yeah.
I was so shocked. I can't even explain. Like, I think I turned around and was like this, and I remember Mel saying to me, turn to the crowd, but I just didn't know what to do with myself. I was like, and now you guys know, a lot of people didn't know, we touched on it on the show, but I had been in the industry for 10 years.
Yeah.
I've signed my first deal at 15. So I won when I was 25. So I had been working at this for so long, and I had lost a deal, and I obviously had to leave the States, and I had been through so much more than people even know now. Like, obviously there was, you know, not the highlight reel. And so for me, winning that meant so much more than anyone knows. So I was just like, oh my gosh, I get to sing again. I get to do this again. Yeah, it was really cool.
You've done a few of the reality TV shows, and Millie and I just filmed an episode for a reality show called The Yes Experiment.
How cool.
It was pretty cool, and I
Yeah.
wanted to do it because you get to this particular television show, your family gets to have like the best day of their life. So I was like, oh, that'll be fun for our
that.
family.
Yeah.
But I also felt it was good for Millie to see how television's made, because it's not what you think, and things are filmed here, but they're here in the show, and then there's redo this moment again. And I thought it was an education for Millie.
It's,
think-
different.
Because I've like kind of grown up like in the media because of mum's work.
Yeah.
It's all very natural to me, so I'm used to having to say things like over and over again until it's right.
Yes.
I think like if someone didn't do that, they'd just be like, what?
Yeah.
Like, I'm very lucky.
Yes,
But
yes.
You've also just got to be so careful about what you say, because you're constantly mic'd up and you never know when the mics are on or off.
Oh, yes. I think a lot of people have learned that the hard way. That's true. That's true. And they will use it too. Yeah. I know. That's such a funny thing. Like, you're like, oh, that's right. Everything. Everyone can hear everything.
But what show do you like the most and recommend? And do you recommend to teens going on a show?
It depends the show, obviously. I definitely think X Factor for me was a great experience. I loved it. I loved it. And it taught me a lot. It taught me how to really move and push past fears and just get out there and just do it. And the fast pace was really good for things I do now. And putting yourself out there is a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I was so young, and I'm so glad I did it. I really am. Dancing with the Stars, another amazing show.
Yeah.
I go on that show if you get to do it. My confidence was so low before that show. I'd been through just a lot. Yeah, just, you know, the industry, it's ever changing. It's tough. You have to believe in yourself, and that can be really hard some days. And I'd really not been in a great place. And then I did that show, and my confidence just came back because I learned a new skill, and I was, you know, doing really well at it. So that one was a great one. Yeah.
Do you think that being on the X Factor really put you back on track for, you know, your career?
Absolutely. I honestly think without that show, I wouldn't really be here right now. Like, it really changed my life, and at the best time. Like, I'm glad I did it when I did, because the show was so popular back then, and people really invested into it, and really, I like that people have grown with me, you know, and have been part of my journey from the get-go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was some great advice that you got from being in the X Factor?
Do you know what? Mel B, I mean, a Spice Girl.
Yeah.
So when I was your age, I lived for the Spice Girls and the Spice Girls only. That was my life. 12, 13. Oh my gosh, obsessed. And I never thought I would ever meet a Spice Girl, like ever in my life. When would that ever happen? And then there I am, like talking to a Spice Girl. And she said to me, because I remember in the show there was a song that I can't really remember the details of it, but they wanted me to come out of my shell a little bit more and, you know, dance and sing and be a little bit more sexy. And I was like, oh, gosh, you know, even though I was 25.
I'm not like that or
Yeah,
something.
well, yeah.
It's not Audrey. It's not Audrey
That's
Hepburn.
it. And I was like, but she was like, I remember we had a conversation backstage and she was like, you've got to find, it is you, but you've got to find like the makeup because you're the most confident version of yourself when you're your artist self. Yeah, of course Sammy at home is not wearing these dresses and dancing around, but that's who your artist self can be. It's just about confidence. And I was like, wow, that's so great because I'd never separated the two. And she taught me that.
Yeah.
And now I really go on stage and I'm still myself, but I become this confident version of myself, and that gives people the best show.
I love that.
Yeah,
Like
it was
an
really
alter
cool.
ego.
Like an alter ego. And I never had that. And so I really, I think I created that for the show.
What was Mel B like?
Oh, she's so
From a
nice.
Spice Girl fan too.
Oh my God, right? She was awesome.
Yeah.
She's hilarious. One of the funniest people I've ever met. She says exactly what she thinks. And I love that. I respect that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so cool, so cool. And I had her sign like a shirt for me. And she was like, really? And I was like, yeah, you don't get it.
Yeah.
You don't get my obsession with you.
You're obviously in Pretty Woman and going to be very busy doing this. But
Yes.
would you be a judge on a show? Would you
I would
want to
love
do that and
to.
mentor, I guess?
I would love to. I think now, yeah. I think because I've been a contestant, so I know how that feels.
Yeah.
I've been in the industry for a very long time. So I think I'd be really ready to do that now. Yeah, I really do. And I really think that there's some nurturing that I could, you know, give to people who need it. Yeah.
Be like the really nice judge that people love hearing advice from. What advice would you give to teenagers that are just really going through it at the moment? Just like really need some advice.
Being a teenager is so hard. It's so hard. I remember those are some of the hardest years because you're discovering yourself and you're finding out what you like and it's a weird transition of kid to adult, like, you know. But I would say it's gonna get really good. You know, go through it and have those moments because you never get to go back. There's some of the best moments of your life and you're going to discover so much and you're going to go back to things that you were like, God, I thought that was so silly, but that was so cool. And really go through it and really feel all the feels because this is the time to do it. Because right now you're not as distracted as you become and have to become in life.
Yeah.
So, it will get better. It all pans out. Weirdly, it all pans out. And you, at this age, think, how is it all going to pan out? And then one day you sit there and go, wow, it really did. Yeah.
If we swapped lives for one day, so you were me and I was you, what would be the first thing that you would do in my body?
Oh, my
As a
gosh, what a
teenager.
question. Oh, I'd be so happy. Look at you. My gosh. What a great, beautiful girl. Oh, my gosh. I would probably just love to be taken care of. I'd sit in my room and be like, Mum, bring me everything. Because, oh gosh, that really changes. Do my washing, make my food. No, I would love to have that again. Because what happens is when you move out and you have to start doing it all, you really miss it. You really, really miss being taken care of and just being made a cup of tea and feeling that love. Every day you can just go see your mum and feel loved. So I would do that.
No,
And then-
I would just call up every famous person in your phone and just call them like, let's go.
What should Millie do if she was you for a day? What would she expect?
Oh my gosh, it's always a weird day. I'll say that. Every day is different, which is probably one of the best things about my job is I never know what I'm doing and where I'm going to be.
I would actually probably like go through your wardrobe and just like
Yeah.
have the best time of my life.
Yes. My little nieces, it's so cute. They come over and they just want to see my shoes and my costumes. They're like, where are your shoes? Where are your clothes? They love that.
I can
so
just
cute.
imagine how many like amazing vintage designer bags you would have.
I've got some cool things. When you're in Sydney, We can do an episode where you come over and look at all the things. Absolutely.
please?
Yes, call me.
We've been invited, Millie.
We're doing
I'm
it.
saying that's an invite.
happening.
It's on
Next
record as
minute
well.
at the end of this, she's going to be like, Mum, book the flight to Sydney.
I will.
When we're in Sydney, absolutely. Come on over.
Yeah, thank you for that invitation.
Of course.
Now, if you could go back and talk to your teen self and be your teen self, what would you do and what would you tell her?
Oh my gosh. That is such a deep question. The first thing I would do would just give her a hug and be like, oh my gosh, you are amazing. And there's so much you're about to go through and so much you're going to learn, but you are going to be okay. Because all of the hardships of my life happened probably, 16 to 26, really. 17 to 27, around those 10 years. But I would just say appreciate it all. Because it can be gone so fast. Appreciate it all. Live it all, because you can't go back.
Yeah.
You can't go back. And you really do sit there and go, God, I wish I could relive those years. So take it all in.
Now, Sammy, we
Yeah.
do a little thing at the end of every episode, this or that.
Okay.
So we're going to ask you super quickly
Yep.
and don't think, just answer.
Okay.
Okay. So
Love
the
it.
first one is classic 90s rom-com or a modern blockbuster, since you are in Pretty Woman.
Classic 90s rom-com all the way.
There needs to be more 90s rom-coms that are made now.
Agreed.
Just put the film on, just make
No,
it,
like 100%. Nothing's as
watched
good
them
as
all.
them.
It's
Yep.
not.
Yep, agreed,
I can't
agreed.
do 2025 rom-com. It's
They're
just,
not as good.
It's not good at all. It's
What
just
has
all people on
happened?
their
And I love
phone.
that you're saying that because,
Yes.
that's so true.
She
So
loves
true.
them. She loves
They're
the old
best,
movies.
yes.
Yeah, exactly. All right. A pop ballad
Yep.
or a dance banger?
Oh, that's tough. Pop ballad. Love a ballad.
You are a pop star girl. Yeah.
High heels or backstage sneakers?
Oh gosh, I'm a heels girl because I'm so short. So I have to. 5'5", so I need a heel.
You actually seem like someone that would be pretty tall. I feel.
I really appreciate that. Thank you,
You have
Millie.
tall person energy.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Oh, the dreams.
Red dress Vivian or jeans and tee Vivian?
Jeans and tea Viv.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that outfit at the end. Love it.
Oh, surely you have to meet her.
Yeah.
I feel like she hasn't aged at all.
Who? Julia Roberts?
Julia.
Yeah, she's got some magic dust going on for
so
sure.
beautiful. Wow.
Magic non-aging dust.
She does,
Yeah.
Big night out or cozy night in?
Cozy night in.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Couch and my dog.
Aww.
What's
my
your
husband.
dog's name?
Banksy.
I love that you then go, and my husband.
Yeah, I know. I always leave him out. Even when I'm saying goodbye, I'm like, I'm going to miss you so much to Banksy. Pat's a hello.
Studio recording or live stage performance?
Live stage performance. Always.
And you'll be doing that for a year now.
Yeah, exactly. 8 shows
So
a week.
fun. Yeah. Now we get you to open a fortune cookie and
I
kind
love
of read it out.
these. Okay.
So
Yes. Oh, yes. Okay. I've had my eye on this guy. All right. I love fortune cookies. I haven't had one of these in ages. Mine says, mine's really nice. You are courteous, diplomatic, and affable. What does affable mean?
It means you're beautiful, you're friendly, you're
Ah,
kind,
didn't
everybody
even know
likes
that.
you. It's actually a really old word, like an Audrey
Yeah.
Hepburn word. It would be in an Audrey Hepburn movie. He's an
The-
affable bloke.
I love that.
Friendly, charismatic
Affable,
person.
Okay. And
That's
may
very
find
accurate.
happiness is public service.
Okay, so read it one more time.
You are courteous, diplomatic, and affable, and may find happiness is public service.
I agree with that. So if we unpack this,
Yes,
because we're
let's
trying to
unpack
unpack it for the podcast.
Yes, tell me.
Obviously, you are all those things.
Oh, that's so nice.
But you
Thank you.
spoke
Yeah.
about giving back
Yes.
before,
Well, I
and you
did.
felt like this is your giving
Yeah,
back, and
yeah.
you have to give back.
So true.
Millie, it's the magic cookie
Guys.
jar.
well, someone
love it.
before said
Yeah.
you need new clothes.
Oh, wow.
She said, "I'll take it."
yeah. I mean, you get to go shopping, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
In the musical and in the film, she very famously, Richard Gere comes up and goes, "It's time to go shopping."
Yes.
And she's like, because she doesn't want to go back to Rodeo Drive. And I was like, that's the only thing Vivian and I don't connect on. Because my mum used to always say, it's my favourite line in the film because it's what we want to hear.
Yeah.
Let's go shopping.
Before we wrap up, is there anything that we haven't asked you that you wish that we did, or when you're doing all of these interviews that you wish people asked you, wish people knew about you?
Not really. That was a great interview.
Well, we'll take that too.
Yeah, I loved it. And I just want to say you are just such a superstar.
Oh, thank
Like,
you.
you're just beyond your years. It's beautiful, like, to see. And you've got the best role model. So
I do.
Yeah.
I hope she like actually takes it in, because I can agree. Sometimes I can be a really mean teenager. But just
It happens. I was a nightmare too sometimes.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Luckily, I know that it's a rite of passage.
Yes.
Luckily, I know.
We all did it.
What is it like being a pop star? What is it?
Yeah.
What is it like?
I mean, yeah, I always, like, I forget that that's what I am, because I don't see, you know, I see myself, you know, Sammy. And then I do these things sometimes where I'm like, what is my life? Like, we went on tour with the Backstreet Boys last year or the year before. One Direction we toured with. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Pentatonics, which is another great group. And I did all these tours and I'm performing in these stadiums and then, like, meeting these people. And I'm like, what? But then, you know, the next day I'm at home with, you know, my dog, you know, like,
Once again,
doing the
leaving
washing.
husband
Leaving the husband out again.
Yeah, and Pat, poor Pat, he is there. But and doing the washing and, like, yeah. So it's just such a weird life. But I think what I love about being a pop star in Australia is you can have a balance. You really can have a balance. It's cool.
Did you meet Harry Styles?
I did.
What was he like?
I did. Lovely. I actually hung out with his. He's so nice, and his parents. I hung out with his parents.
Oh,
One of the
really?
nights, yeah, because we all went out one night to the casino in Melbourne, and his parents were like, he was doing whatever he was doing, and all of the guys were there, and I was at a table with one of my dancers, and this couple come over to us and, oh, can we sit here? And we're like, yeah, sure, and we start chatting. We had no idea who they were, but we were in kind of an area. And then they were like, yeah, you know, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, I'm on, you know, tour. And I went on X Factor. And they were like, yeah, we remember Harry went on X Factor. And I was like, Harry, like Harry, that Harry. They're like, yeah. And they're like, yeah, we're his parents. I was like, what? They were so nice.
Yeah.
So nice. And he was lovely. Or the whole band was lovely.
Yeah.
Really
So sad
lovely.
that they like broke up.
Me too. And they broke up after that tour. So that was the last tour they did as a group. I know. Isn't
How
that
lucky
wild?
are you?
I know. Pretty cool. I've toured with two of the biggest boy bands in the world. So cool.
It's so cool. I asked you earlier, who have you met?
Yeah.
And then you left all that out. You were thinking,
Oh, sorry.
like, you know, Whitney's
Yeah.
and Mariah's.
Oh my
and
God,
not
yeah.
like,
I met
that's
them.
just as huge.
Backstreet Boys. Yeah, I know. I've been very lucky to meet a lot of cool people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One more question before we finish. Do you
Yeah.
mind? You talked about Pat. For
Yeah.
Millie, I'll get you to ask it, or maybe I should ask it. You know, Millie's just starting in that world of boys and whatever.
Yes.
What's the Samantha Jade advice for being a young woman? How did your parents deal with you going on dates? What type of boy should she look for? And then marry?
Yeah. I was not allowed to go on dates. I was very my parents were so protective of me, overprotective, and then my brothers got away with murder because they're way younger. I'm like, you're welcome. I think that my mum was always super, super strong and always was like, stand your ground, hold your own, equals, find your equal. It's, you know, no one's better than anyone. You find your equal and you both do just as much in the relationship. And that was always something that I watched my mum and dad be like. You know, you'll fall in love probably many times, and hopefully maybe just once, but it may be many times. And it's such a beautiful experience. That is like, don't you? Sometimes you're like, I wish I could go back to the very beginning. It's the most fun part. But never ever forget who you are. Yeah. And if someone is not building you up, it's just the wrong relationship. They have to make you the best version of yourself. That's the key.
That was so beautiful. But the best bit was that you weren't allowed to date. And so
I wasn't.
Now when Millie asked to go on one, I'm going to say Samantha Jade.
I wasn't. Yeah.
I'm very lucky. I've got like very protective parents, but I think for like boys and everything.
Yeah.
But now I've learned that I just am friends with all of them. Like,
And do you know what? Those are the best ones. Like actually, both my relationships have started with friendship. With Pat, it started as a friendship, and I think it's really nice because you can always go back to that, and that's the foundation. Because you know everything else happens it's the falling in love and all of that part, but you go back to the friendship. That's what it's built on. Yeah, it's important. So that's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Mum.
You're a sensible girl, I can tell.
Well, on that note, it's time to wrap up the podcast and
Yes.
say a very big thank you, Samantha
Oh my gosh,
Jade.
thank you for having me. You guys are the best.
Oh, well,
I want to
you
come
are the
over and
best.
hang out.
Well, we will. We're
Yes.
coming to Sydney
Yes,
to
we're
rate
coming
your
over.
wardrobe. We're going to
We're
have
going through the outfits. Love it.
We're
Yeah.
famous for our fit checks, so we'll
Oh,
do a fit
yes.
check from your
Absolutely.
from your
yes.
wardrobe
Let's
for
do
sure.
it. Yeah.
And make sure you go and see the amazing Samantha Jade in Pretty Woman.
Yeah.
Make sure you go and purchase tickets. It's going to be
Yeah.
a sellout. I'm absolutely positive. You can get the tickets from prettywomanthemusical.com. Get all your girlfriends, get your mums, get everyone together
Yes.
and make it a really fun girls' night. And you know what? Grab your best friends
Yeah.
if they're your husband, partners, boyfriends,
It's going to be
whatever
a
as
fun
well.
night. And make sure you get dressed up too.
Yes.
Come in the outfits.
Yes, definitely. Oh my gosh, which outfit?
I know.
Millie's going in the jeans and t-shirt and
Yeah.
I'm going to go in the red evening gown.
Oh, done. Love it. Both gorgeous.
You're not going in the first outfit that she wore.
No.
And also, Samantha, if you want to follow Samantha, you have your own website as well.
I do, yes,
Which-
and mostly just Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah, Samantha Jade on
Yes.
Instagram.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's, look for the blue tick.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Move over, Mama! With Emily Jade and Millie Valentine. My name is Teddy James. Thanks for listening. See you next week.